It's really pretty here, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely beautiful. Look at those mountains.
It's just a whole landscape, and I think that the cloudy day adds a little bit to it.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
We're about 6 miles north of Quartzsite and maybe 6 miles east on Plomosa Road.
Yeah.
And it's just, we're beginning to climb the mountains that are over that way, and they're just magnificent.
So the meetup's been fun, hasn't it?
It certainly has. Yeah, we've had a campfire every night, and it's a little different than last year. If I'm remembering correctly, I thought everybody kind of got here on the same day last year, but this year it's been, the majority came on the first day, last Friday, and then, you know, a few dribbled each day in, and people have been coming each day, and they're still, we had 2 today to come in, and we're expecting a couple more. It's a lot of fun. We're going on a little excursion tomorrow through the mountains some, and seeing a couple of historical things, and then having lunch in beautiful downtown Bowes, Arizona, at the Ocotillo Lounge and Restaurant. I'm looking forward to that. Look at those two. Aren't they cute?
You want to dance?
Yeah.
Okay. Out here, we just want to get away for a moment and just have a moment where it's just quiet. Well, you can tell how quiet it is out here.
Ah, it's terribly, that's a poor way to put it probably, but it is so quiet. It's amazing.
Yeah. Even we're amazed. Can't stop pointing at all the mountains and all the... We see a couple trails and we wonder, what are those trails? Where do they go?
Right. I imagine that the ones that we're looking at off in the mountains are strictly four-wheeling trails.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be fun to do that sometime. Well, I did a little bit of that last year in a Jeep, and it was very, very different to get right up into the mountains. But of course, that's what's so special to me about this road that we're traveling on right now, because it goes right up and over the mountain pass, and it's beautiful.
So how many people do you think live in Bowes?
I would think it's only a couple of hundred.
When we're only, 10 minutes from it, right?
Right.
Bowes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in between Plomosa Road where BLM is in Bowes, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
We were looking at that deep gully. Well,
they call it a wash.
I guess it is. I've been corrected. These little ditches that I call washes are not washes. That what we're looking at right here, that is a wash. That's much larger.
Yeah, I call those things that you go over to get to where we're parked. You go over, 2 main dips. They're like little dips.
Right.
They're bumpy dips too.
Yeah, they sure
Yeah,
are.
you just have to go slow. But it's not anything that a minivan or something like that can handle. RVs, big Class A's go over them.
Oh, yeah.
But they're just a little bit of a dip where it's like, I call those levels. It's like level 1, then you got brush and overgrown, and then you got another level where it's cleared off. And I always call those levels.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I call them. So, yeah. You can really feel small here because you're the only one walking around out here.
As far as the eye can see, which isn't real far if you look towards the mountains, because you can see to the mountaintop and that's it.
This is last night's sunset. This was taken on my new 14 iPhone Pro Max. Gorgeous. Gorgeous skies in Arizona. It's a pretty good group here. About 13 people. Now this was last night. Now tonight it's going to be a larger group. We had about 6 new people pull in. Well, actually not new. 3 of them were here last year also. So it was really good to see them again. Spectacular skies in Arizona. It's good to gather around. Everybody's talking, having a good time. It's a big fire pit. You almost have to have a bigger fire pit. The more people that you have, the more you have to spread it out. Because if you sit too close, nobody can get around the fire pit. I mean, yeah. I didn't even need to explain that, did I? But it's good to chat with everybody and get to know everybody. And I do know everybody's name. And I really want to do a shout out to everybody. Here's Max. It's really starting to get dark now. Look at that sky. Now, it's funny too because Paul does the announcements. Paul takes care of the fire and Paul does the announcements. But we kept coming up with new announcements. So every once in a while, excuse me, we have an announcement. And there were just all kinds of things that he had to say. Max is such an important part of the nomad community. He knows so many people. There's Paul talking with Lynn. She was here last year. Shout out to Lynn. But everybody's just really having a good time. Very cozy. I don't think I would want the group to be larger. There he is, putting another log on the fire. There you go, Paul. When it's a smaller group, it's a little bit more cozy. Now look at this. This is a time lapse of the moon coming up. So we had the sun going down. Now we have the moon coming up.
I'll give you about another 4 inches or so.
I'm on my tippy toes because I'm ballerina. I'm so short. I want to get up here.
But I'm leaning against the van, so.
So you're even taller.
Well, yeah, you don't come up to here normally on me.
Yeah, right.
It's more like here.
I know. One thing I just want to update you on has nothing to do with Quartzsite. Oh my gosh, everything's Quartzsite now. Quartzsite this and Quartzsite that and Quartzsite this and camel that. Is that I have cut back on my coffee if I didn't update. Yeah, it does feel a lot better. I don't feel the jittery and, it was stressful feeling jittery like that. Because inside you're like going like that. You can't see it, but you are doing that. So I just want to update you. There you go. So what do you got to say, buddy?
I have to say that this is very beautiful country. I'm from Michigan, and Michigan is a beautiful, beautiful place, but it's different. It's just different. It
is. I know.
I don't know how to explain it, but I look at these, I'll call them hills. I don't know if they're considered mountains or not, but how long have they been here? Since God created them, right? Or were there volcanoes in this area, Lee? I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's just it's rugged country. It's desert, obviously,
Right.
but it just boggles my mind. I can just look at these all day long.
Well, it's a little different here than any other place. I've mentioned, and I think you have noticed it too. Anywhere you go in Arizona, as long as you go just a ways, maybe like a couple 100 miles, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Every couple 100 miles. I remember coming up here and I got like a 45 minutes away from Quartzsite and everything changed. The mountains, everything looked different all over again.
Yeah.
It's just the way Arizona is. You go up on the northwest corner of Arizona, it's totally different. Go on the northeast corner of Arizona. Yeah, we got the Grand Canyon. We've got Page, which is, if you want to look that up, we have never been there, but that's one place we would like to go. Mm-hmm. It's such a fragile, gorgeous place that you have to make an appointment to even go in and see what's going on, where it's really beautiful. Yeah. Hmm. And then you got Yuma down below, and you've got, then you've got the southeast corner, the middle. It's all different. You got Sedona. Wow, that's totally different looking.
Red Rocks.
Now Flagstaff is totally different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So anywhere you go, it's gonna, and Quartzsite in this area has a just different feel about it. So.
Well, I looked it up because I know that Flagstaff is about 7,000 feet elevation. Mm-hmm. And here in Quartzsite, it's only like 2,000.
That's why it's so hot.
Well, yeah, and that's why the terrain changes so much, I'm sure.
Yeah. And actually, Quartzsite in the summer is just a little bit hotter than Tucson. Even though you think, wow, that's right near Mexico, but Tucson must have maybe 1,500 or 1,000 higher elevation.
I think.
Something like that.
Well, I'd like to say, before I forget, that Denise has been a wonderful help. Before Lee got here especially, she just didn't mind taking control and greeting people and checking Facebook to see if there were any messages that people were lost and say, I'm here, but where are you? And stuff like that. Thank you, Denise, very much. That was very nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
And also Max. Max, as always, has been a great help. And he is a wonderful greeter and loves to meet new people, and really appreciate your help too, Max.
Yeah, Max is a stable, isn't he?
Yeah.
To the whole nomad world. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's almost as famous as, I'm going to say it in a way. I mean, as the big daddy of nomad life. He's almost as famous. I mean, people see Max all the time. He's got friends everywhere.
Well, just now, when we came out on this little drive, he just pulled in. It's 1 o'clock or something, and he said, "Well, this morning I went to the Mineral and Gem Club, and then I saw my friend in LTVA La Posa South." And so-and-so is camping right up here. I mean, he has friends everywhere. It's amazing.
When we need to know something about where to go, or what the name of something is, or the name of somebody, or just what's going on with this and that, we message Max, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
He's a great source of information.
So, thank you, Denise, and thank you, Max, for your help with this. Well, going to keep this kind of short so I can get this uploaded to you. And we've got more to come. One of you asked about a round table. Well, we're going to try to get that going. But that means Mr. Griffith here.
No. Not just me. Remember the comical first setup of our tent?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I say is because I don't mind putting out, and you don't either, but I know he's like, no, let's not put up the tent. Oh my God. So he said, okay, if you guys want to have a round table, we'll put up the tent.
Well, the one thing about a Kodiak tent is that it's canvas and it's heavy.
It is
very heavy.
It is.
But I mean, it goes up very easily. We have those stakes that we could use a cordless drill to screw them into the ground. And thank goodness, because this ground doesn't take to stakes very easily.
Yeah, it's like cement.
So it's not a huge deal. It's really not.
It's just getting those spring bars up.
Yeah.
That's what got us the last time.
But
I'll leave the link to that so y'all can laugh. It looks like, they're just these two people are putting up the Kodak. It's actually pretty hilarious.
Yeah. That was our first time.
Right.
And fortunately, is it Vicky? I believe.
Yeah.
I'm correct. She has a little bit smaller version of our tent. It is a Kodiak. So she needed a little help when she got here, and she asked if I would give her a hand. So I got kind of a refresher course, to how those spring, what do they call it? Spring rods?
Spring bars
go together and how it all works. So we can put that tent up with no problem at all.
Now, why are we huddled because we're in Quartzsite, and you know what that means?
The winds are blowing.
Yeah, so we huddled here. Okay, well, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Oh, here comes, all of a sudden I mentioned it. It's coming at us. So we're going to say goodbye till tomorrow. We'll have some good material for you.
Yeah, tomorrow, not tomorrow, but the day after or so, we're going on a little excursion over to the beautiful city of Bouws. Yeah. And we're going to see a couple of historical sites and finish up with lunch at the Ocotillo Bar and restaurant. Yeah. It should be fun.
So until then, I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye. I'm still trying to get set up and get things done in my van. We did laundry today. That's done. Oy vey. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.